Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a bioneurological difference in which the brain is wired differently in autistic adults. People on the spectrum have variations in processing of data in the brain which is stronger in some areas and weaker in some areas than neurotypical persons. They neither are better nor worse but simply different. They experience the world differently. Men are 4 times more prone to autism than women. But women are more severely affected if on a spectrum. Signs and symptoms usually occur within 3 years and parents often overlook these signs, relating it with slow growth or developmental delay. They have an extreme interest in one thing, like rotating, spinning objects. They find difficulty in making and maintaining conversation, friendship. They are unable to understand the facial expressions and feelings of others. They face problems in reading and understanding others' emotions, sarcasm, and idioms. They use frequent monologue, express personal thoughts aloud, on the same subject. They are unable to establish and maintain eye contact. They prefer solitary activities in their world. Repetitive behaviors and actions are very strong features of autism besides impaired verbal and nonverbal communication. Motor dysfunction and poor planning for daily chores are common symptoms of autism in adults. Comorbidity, seizures, gastrointestinal disorder, sleep problem, anxiety, epilepsy, and bipolar disorder are common issues associated with autism. Symptoms and the existence of disorders may vary from patient to patient. No two ASD people are the same, and everyone on the spectrum is unique in its way. There is no established method of diagnosing ASD in adults. They can be diagnosed by closely observing the symptoms and their behavior in daily life. It can also be facilitated by interacting closely with their parents and loved ones. Can autism get worse in adults? Anxiety is an obvious feature in autistic adults which sometimes worsens the situation. As their mind and nerves have to work hard to fit in with our world, and this constant stress leads to anxiety. The nervous system is so weak that simple daily processing and adaptability towards world affairs is very hard for those on the spectrum. Anxiety is often expressed in rigid inflexible thinking, mood swings, following the same routine, obsessive-compulsory disorder, and other challenging behaviors. Autistic adults feel anxious while meeting new or unknown people. They experience social anxiety in social gatherings because they don't know exactly how to adjust according to the situation and behave accordingly. The stronger the desire to adjust leads to more intensity of anxiety. They get anxious when a situation or setting gives strong sensory stimulation, like huge gatherings, loud noises, and strong lights. What autistic adults can do for a living. As we all know that people on autism spectrum disorder are differently able. Keeping in view the strengths and weaknesses of a person on the spectrum, he can be trained for a specific job which may require very consistent and intensive hard work. They cannot handle multiple and complicated tasks at a time. Their job should have clear starting and end points so that there will be no anxiety of uncertainty and fear of unknown situations. The boss should be aware of the social and communication limitation of an autistic adult. To unwrap the hidden potential and talent, one has to be determined and consistent with training the autistic adult. Best jobs for autistic adults in 2020. Computer programming. Computer programming is a wide field, and many autistic people take an interest in doing it, which includes data entry, software designing, and logo making, etc. Commercial art magazine. Computer art magazine layout and advertisement can be interesting for a person on the spectrum. Some autistic adults are gifted by the ability of drawing and art, which can be a source of income for them. Drafting leading to designing is another option for them. Animal trainer. They are attracted by animals, so a job like a dog trainer vet can be suitable for them. Photography. Less complicated tasks like still and moving photography can be an option for high-functioning autistic adults. Handicrafts. Handicrafts of different types like weaving cloth, making carpets, envelopes, jewelry and wood carving all are excellent options according to the interest of the autistic adult. carpenter or welder. They are visual learners and learn by looking and observing. A lot of hard work, dedication and consistency are required to train them. However, still, some of the adults could not do due to motor or coordination issues. File keeping. File keeping can be a good option for a few autistic adults as they have a good memory and certain organization skills. Supermarket jobs. Restocking shelves in any type of store or supermarket can be a good option for a few autistic adults as they love to do things repeatedly. Sorting jobs. In the recycling plant, they can do sorting jobs. Loading jobs. In warehouse, autistic adults can load trucks and stack boxes. Cleaning jobs. Lawn mowing and cleaning job are also less demanding and can be a good option for them. Watering plants in large buildings can be a job option for autistic adults. Library job. Reshelving library books on shelves can be an option for non-verbal autistic adults. Suggestion. The structured and predictable routine with less uncertainty for the adult on the spectrum makes their life and daily affairs handling easier. They will be less anxious when he knows what is coming up next and how his day is going to pass. Since the world is chaotic and confusing for the adults on the spectrum, therefore by keeping the routine simple and following it daily in true spirit will help them to perform better. To reduce uncertainty, we should prepare them what is upcoming and makes things predictable for them. Provide visual schedule and mind making so the transition will become easy for them. Physical activities for energy releasing are very important in regulating their emotions. Relaxing techniques should be practiced daily like deep breathing yoga, slow rocking, meditation, and walking. Autistic adults should be involved in their favorite activities like listening to music, drawing, and painting. High-functioning adults should be encouraged to organize thoughts by writing journal, diary. Mind mapping techniques can be used to teach and explain different concepts to autistic adults. Conclusion. The knowledge about the disorder and the availability of resources for imparting basic training and skills to autistic adults will lead to better results. They can perform much better with early diagnosis and intervention. There is a need to understand by masses that they are differently able and can do wonders if trained well with care and consistent efforts. ASD is very common and adaptability by society can make them useful citizens of the country.